The Vulcan Vault, along with some very special guests, are on a search for forgotten horror flicks and underappreciated monster movies. Ain't It Cool News presents Ain't It Scary Reviews, a month-long exploration of terror.
Welcome to Ain't It Scary Reviews. We got a very special guest today. We got Owen Egerton. You might know him from his work over at the Alamo Drafthouse. He's also a writer, screenwriter. Owen, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, John.
What do you got for us today?
Okay, so I was thinking about my favorite movies to watch in October, and there's one that I watch every single year. It's not Halloween or Halloween 2 or Halloween. It's Halloween 4. It's Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I love this movie. In fact, I convinced the Alamo Drafthouse to buy a 35mm print, and we usually show it every year. So let me just set the context of why I love it. Of course, the first one, John Carpenter, classic from the 70s. Then they made the sequel. So at the end of this one, you know, he gets shot, Michael Myers, 6 times. And then doesn't die. He's gone off somewhere. At the end of number 2, Michael Myers gets shot in each eye. And then he gets set ablaze, and we watch his corpse die, but he doesn't really die. And then there's Halloween 3. There's no Michael Myers. There's snakes and masks and children with squishy heads. And then an independent film. Basically, you know, they bought the rights back. The producer bought the rights back for Halloween. They reissued it. They said, no, he didn't die. He was just in a very bad coma. 10 years have passed. And you have here what I think is the best of a particular genre that thrived in the 1980s, which was not a golden age of horror, but there was this series of sequels, horror sequels, unnecessary horror sequels, and I think this is the best of all of them. I mean, in some ways, I'm going to say, and I know this is, I get beat up by people at Vulcan for this, they just kick me in the teeth, but there are things in this that I like more than the original. Like, you get, like, Donald Pleasance just goes nuts in this. He's ranting and frothing, he's all over the place.
6 bodies! Sheriff, that's what I've seen between here and Richmond! A filling station in flames! I tell you, Michael Myers is here, in this town!
And he's awesome, and then you've got these beer belly hicks, and they're shooting at anything that moves in the trees, and that's awesome. And you got the little girl, and that's creepy, and it has, like, the best f***ing ending. Can I say is that up?
Yeah!
Best f***ing ending. It's like a really cool twist, and it's just so much fun. I mean, it really is. It's just outrageous, and it's made fun and tight. And it's just cool, man. I like it so much. And also, here's maybe the big thing I like about it, is it's Halloween 4. It's the 4th in a series. It's so much better than it had to be. It's so much better than it should have been. Like, every now and then you get, like, these artistic shots, you know, Donald Pleasance walking through the pure white hallway of the hospital and his scarred face and limping, and that's just so beautiful. Or the shot where Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis, first sees Michael Myers in this rundown truck stop on the way to Haddonfield, and it's just beautiful, wild shot that they do, and it's just better than it should be, and I just love it. So, and I've watched it way too much, and I think it says incredibly insightful things, not just about Michael Myers, but about mortality.
What are you hunting, Mr. Sale?
Apocalypse, end of the world, Armageddon. It's always got a face and a name.
And our particular relationship with our own death.
We'll hear some sirens soon.
Ben will be safe?
Yeah.
You don't believe that, do you?
No.
And the way suburbia has broken down the urban and rural relationship that America was meant to have and given us a false sense of security, and perhaps explains a lot about why America ended the war in Iraq. So I think that's amazing. So check out Halloween 4. It's great. Just so you know the rest of the context, after that came 1 year later, because it's so successful, Halloween 5. I don't know what this. There's a guy in like a Zorro cape at the end who rescues Michael Myers from the hospital, and then Halloween 6 with Paul Rudd, for whatever reason. This is when Michael Myers is being bred by a cult of government scientists to make a clone, an army of Michael Myers, and there's also some weird star thing. It's very weird in this. And then at the end, it may be that Dr. Loomis Donald Pleasance's last movie with in the Michael Myers series, because he died.
Yeah.
Perhaps during the filming, I'm not sure. He becomes a new Michael Myers. That's weird. And then there's Jamie Lee Curtis, and she comes back, and the H2O and all that crap, and then the Rob Zombie. But let's just don't even worry about all that. Don't even put all that aside. Just spend a little time. Spend a little time on yourself with Halloween 4.
Halloween 4 is the pick today. Owen, nice job, man.
Thank you.
And for more news and reviews, keep checking in with AintItCool.com.